So I'm writing two novels actually at the same time. Everest casting to do a film for this book. Spanish only. Why? Why not the diversity? Because there are Spanish people that are white. There are Spanish people that are black.
When it comes to being an actress, being a professional actress, and this is a conversation that I've had with multiple people, whereby people tell me, "Oh, for example, this is a Puerto Rican film, okay, and Hollywood would not cast a Puerto Rican in this role. They would rather go cast a white person in this role. So they are whitewashing a Puerto Rican film. Or maybe when Hollywood sees a black film, oh, this is a black person film. They wouldn't bring in a black person. They're whitewashing black person film. Okay. And before I even share my argument with you, I'd like to know what you think about Hollywood and bringing in actors and actresses to act in a role, even though they are not from the specific tribe, but they're bringing them in to act in this role, and these people are doing their professional job. What do you think about that? Do you think if a movie is going to be, for example, a Spanish film, do they need to cast a Spanish person to fit in that role, or should they need to cast a professional actor or actress, and if they fit in that role, they put them in that role? What do you think about this?
That's a tricky question. Good question
Tricky.
today, huh?
Yeah, but tricky. I got a few stuff under my sleeve. I can go all day.
So I mean, what? I mean, so I think it depends, right? What is the movie about? Uh, because let's say that, let's say it's about a really Spanish family, and I don't know, I don't know even know how to put this. They look really Spanish. Let's say, they have to put a certain, children that fits, the category of the family, I guess. I really think it depends, but bringing Spanish only. Why? Why not the diversity? Because there are Spanish people that are white. There are Spanish people that are black. Whether that is that they speak the language, then that's something else. Then maybe that's needed because of the needs of the movie. I'm all about diversity. Why not bring in blacks? Why not bring in whites? Why not bring in, mixed people? Why not bring in everything in it? That I think that will make the movie even more interesting. But it really, like I said, it really depends on what they're looking for and the needs of the movie and what is it about and the story behind the movie as well. If that makes sense, maybe.
It does make a lot of sense. And to me, I like what you said when you said the story itself. Okay. I think that's the foundation. The story, the truth of the story. And there's another question for the truth of the story, but the truth of the story, the acting, and then the vision of the director, for example. So if a director wants to cast a specific talent for a role, I think the director usually will perform the audition and audition multiple people, and whomever portrays or embodies the character is whom they give the role to. I think the wrong thing would be if the director is like, oh, it's because it's this, because I know you, this, then you take the role. I don't even think any director would want to do that, because that's how you ruin a film. You have to give the role to the rightful person. So if if the role, for example, is about, let's say, a black person or a black movie, and you cast someone from the black community and they don't embody the character as much as you do, and then someone else from, like, let's say, like an outside community embodies the character better than someone from the community, I think this is where you focus on the story, who's best and what's best for the story, and you give the role to the person, even though there might be future backlash that you are whitewashing the story.
And you know what? Actually, me as a writer, I'm actually writing a novel right now, and it's good that you bring that up, because I myself personally, I have a certain, for the main character, it's a black mixed Jewish young lady. So I'm writing two novels actually at the same time. One I have been writing for the past, believe it or not, 5 years. So that must be good, right?
I believe. Look, I'm a writer. I have projects that I've had them for the longest. When I see most of my favorite writers, I've seen some of them spend 11 years writing a script. So I believe it if you say you've been working on the project for 5 years.
So for the first one, I give you the name. It's called Simona. So Simona is a character that, whoever is casting to do a film for this book, I want this director to respect my my emotions and my creativity, because I know exactly how I want Simona to look. I know exactly how I want Simona to walk. I know exactly how I want Simona. I know her height. I might even know her weight. You understand? So I want this director that wants to, bring my book to life, to respect, my creativity, and at the same time, respect the time that I put into this, So it's about a black, light-skinned young lady, Jewish, who fell in love, with a Jewish guy from the white community. And, I just give you a little overview because I don't want to spoil it.
I mean, yeah, let's not spoil it for the audience, but in the film industry, we'll be like, just spoil it. Especially if you're talking to like a producer and you want them to finance your film, and you're like, spoil it. This is how I'm trying to put money in this.
Why, you already want to cast it? You already want to cast it? Let me know.
Yeah, huh? But let's not spoil it for the audience. But for me, go ahead and spoil it. One thing about me is you could tell me the same story 50 times, and I have this artistic way of just perceiving and listening and hearing the same story afresh every single time. So you could tell me something now. The next time I hear you talk about the film again, it's totally brand new to me because I want to see it from a fresh perspective again.
Perspective, I get that. So it is, like I said, a black, light-skinned Jewish woman who fell in love with, this white guy from the white Jewish community. So through all this, emotions and adventures that they actually went through together and spent about 2 years together, he never fully knew that she was Jewish. So his family ended up in telling him, if you marry this girl, you're not part of a family anymore. You're not marrying a black, woman, non-Jew. That's a big thing in the Jewish community, especially Orthodox or, Lubavitch or really religious, families. So, he never fully knew that she was Jewish because here she is, trying to understand who she is as well, because she grew up without a mother or a father, So here she is, who am I? He's telling me I'm not. Who am I now? Who am I now? Who am I now? So he ended up, dumping her and just going with a girlfriend that the family got him. So he got engaged and married to this lady within like 3 months. And after 2 years that she fully succeeds and become who she's supposed to, be, he finds out that she's actually Zimbabwean, and he actually traveled to Zimbabwe while he was with her looking for a wife because he wanted to marry a black Jew. That was his dream. So while he was with her, he traveled multiple times to Zimbabwe looking for a wife, looking for a wife, looking for a wife. And here she is after several years, excuse me. She finds out that her actual father, her real father, is Zimbabwean, fully Jewish, and he actually finds out. So here he is, trying to divorce his wife and trying to get his sweetheart back, but it's too late now.
Yeah, it's too late. No going back, brother.
So the interesting, the story keeps getting more interesting and more interesting because he actually chases her, and he offers her the moon and the skies, but now it's too late. Now she's a successful woman. She has become who she's supposed to be, and the whole background of the story is you actually had right in front of you what you were looking for all these years, and you didn't. Sometimes it's just like the saying, sometimes we are so busy looking at at the stars that we miss the sun. So we actually have, sometimes God sends us who we are supposed to have, and it put us right here, right in front of the face. But we are like, no, let me keep looking. I don't know what this is about. I want to keep looking. Boom, and then we miss it.
That all the time. I mean, this
It's
world is
sad.
full of that situation, and I
It's
think
sad,
that
but you
makes
know what? Whatever.
yeah, that makes this film you just spoke about highly relevant. This is something that this world needs to see. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see where the story leads, and I can't wait to just witness all the conflicts that you have compiled up in the story.